What's up YouTube, my name's Objective, and in today's video, it's going to be a little short one, and we're going to be describing the differences between the first season of The Walking Dead and the first volume of The Walking Dead in, the comic book series. So this isn't going to cover the entire season 1 of The Walking Dead, but it's going to cover about half of it, so just stay tuned. And by the way, spoiler alert, this is going to have a lot of spoilers for both the comic and the TV series, but you guys probably already passed season 1 since you guys are hardcore Walking Dead fans, so let's get into it. So the first difference we have is that there's no T-Dog, there's no Jackie, there's no Morales, there's no Ed, which is Carol's husband, there's no Eliza, there's no Miranda, there's no Luis, and there's no Merle, and there's no Daryl. So we don't have two of the biggest characters in those first 3 seasons in Daryl and Merle, and we don't have Morales, which is a pretty forgettable character. We don't have T-Dog, who's pretty important in the first couple seasons. We don't have Jackie, who's not very important, honestly. And we don't have Ed, which he kind of played an important role in getting to know Carol, but Carol kind of talks about him in the comics for a brief moment, and we kind of got to know him from that. We didn't really need to see everything with Shane and Ed. But some characters that are different is, instead of Morales, we have Alan, and Alan has his wife Donna and 2 twin boys, and those are pretty much the only different characters. We still have Morgan and that whole scene. We still have most of the other stuff. We just didn't have those couple characters. So another thing that's different is, since there's no Daryl and Merle, Rick never goes back to Atlanta to get Merle free and do all that stuff. He pretty much just gets some weapons from a gun store with Glenn, and they still go through the thing where they put on the zombie guts and then they run through the rain. They don't have to go back another time to free Merle, so that's a pretty big part of season 1 that's different, because that took up like 3 episodes or something like that. And then also Shane actually dies, which is a huge death. He was one of the biggest characters. He's my favorite character throughout Walking Dead, and he was one of the biggest character deaths in the first couple seasons, and he actually died at the very end of volume 1. So another person who died was Jim, which isn't different, and also Amy, which wasn't different. But then that attack on where Amy dies, there was a bunch of people who died in the TV show, and there wasn't very many in the comic books. I think it was just Amy actually who died. So that's another big thing that's different. And other than that, pretty much everything was the same. There's a few differences, but most of the other stuff was pretty similar. So yeah, guys, if you want to see volume 2, an analysis compared to season 1 and season 2, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you later. Just like to say, spoiler alert for the rest of the video. This doesn't involve season 6, so 16 now is the last day on Earth, and there's going to be spoilers all throughout the video, so